The Baha'i faith is a world religion. Its purpose is to unite all the races and peoples in one universal cause and one common faith. Baha'is are the followers of Bahau'llah, who they believe is the promised one of all ages. The traditions of almost every people include the promise of a future when peace and harmony will be established. Baha'is believe that the promised hour has come and that Bahau'llah is the great personage whose teachings will enable humanity to build a new world. In one of his writings, Bahau'llah says, "That which the Lord hath ordained as the sovereign remedy and mightiest instrument for the healing of all the world is the union of all its peoples in one universal cause, one common faith."
Baha'u'llah teaches us that God is unknowable in His essence. Baha'is believe that we should not make images of God in our mind, thinking of Him, for example, as a man. In general, creation cannot understand its creator. For instance, a table cannot understand the nature of the carpenter who made it. The carpenter's existence is totally incomprehensible to the objects he makes. God is the creator of all things. He has made the heavens and the earth, with its mountains and valleys, its deserts and seas, its rivers, its meadows and trees. God has created the animals, and God has created the human being. The reason behind our creation, we are told by Baha'u'llah, is love. He says, "O Son of Man, I loved thy creation. Hence I created thee. Wherefore do thou love me, that I may name thy name and fill thy soul with a spirit of life."
Baha'is believe that God's existence is far beyond our understanding. However, His love constantly touches our lives. The way this love flows to us is through His eternal covenant. According to this eternal covenant, God never leaves us alone or without guidance. Whenever humanity moves away from Him and forgets His teachings, a manifestation of God appears and makes His will and purpose known to us. The word manifest means to reveal, to bring forth something that was not known before. The manifestations of God are those special beings who reveal to humanity the Word and the will of God. Thus, when we listen to them, we are responding to the call of God. There is an example from the physical world that helps us to understand the concept of manifestation as taught by Bahau'llah. In this world, the sun is the source of all warmth and light, without which life would not exist on the planet. Yet, the sun itself does not descend to earth, and if we tried to approach it, we would be totally consumed. But suppose we take a well-polished mirror and point it towards the sun. In it, we will see the image of the sun, and the more perfectly polished the mirror, the more perfect the image will be. The manifestations of God are like perfect mirrors that reflect the light of God in all its glory. And all these mirrors reflect the same light. While God is beyond our reach, these perfect beings come to us from time to time, live among us, give us guidance, and fill us with the energy we need to progress materially and spiritually. Some manifestations of previous ages include Abraham, Krishna, Zoroaster, Moses, Buddha, Jesus and Muhammad. Baha'is believe in the most recent manifestation, Bahau'llah, whose title means the glory of God. Bahau'llah's teachings then are in perfect harmony with the teachings of other manifestations, but they address the condition of humanity today. Here's a passage from the writings of Bahau'llah that speaks about the day in which we live. This is the day in which God's most excellent favors have been poured out upon men, the day in which His most mighty grace hath been infused into all created things. It is incumbent upon the peoples of the world to reconcile their differences, and, with perfect unity and peace, abide beneath the shadow of the tree of His care and loving kindness.
To be a Baha'i simply means to love all the world, to love humanity and try to serve it, to work for universal peace and universal brotherhood. The peace envisioned in the Baha'i writings is not merely an end to war and conflict. It requires the establishment of a just, prosperous, and sustainable global society. This profound social transformation is already underway in neighborhoods around the world. Baha'i activities at the neighborhood level empower each individual to play a role, to take ownership of their own spiritual lives, and to collaborate with their neighbors in creating a community that includes and inspires everyone. There are classes for children, empowerment groups for middle school students, study circles for adults, and devotional gatherings for everyone. Each activity draws on the spiritual principles found in Baha'i teachings. Participants work together to apply these principles to the challenges in their personal lives and society at large.
We invite you to connect with Baha'is in your own hometown and join the thousands of people who are creating a culture of learning, empowerment, and collaboration for spiritual and social change.